Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, my people. So today I got something special for you guys. How to rewire your brain. So the reason why I actually created this is to actually make a shift in mentalities. If anything, if I could bring some knowledge to you, or if I could bring any value to you, that's what I'm here for. Making sure that information continues to spread. So, how to rewire your brain. We're actually going to talk about this in regards to money. Ching ching. So, most of us, especially if you live in America, that actually goes for even Hispanics, Asians, and basically all immigrants that come to the United States. Usually follow one path in regards to their perspective on money, which is go to school and get a job, get an education, and just get a job, get a 9-to-5 job, become a doctor, etc., etc., etc. Now, what we're doing here is not putting down those things. What we're doing here is shifting the mentality so that people can think of different ways to make cash. I'm gonna tell you a couple things that helped me rewire my brain and the way that I used to think, and now how I think. And by the end of this, I want to give you guys actually a business idea. Every video that we're gonna make on this series is gonna include a business idea that you can yourself develop. We're just gonna be giving business ideas, so stay tuned. Why? We're gonna start off with our whys. It's always important to start with your whys before you do anything. Before that how. If you get a what, follow the why. Why do we want to do this? What's the purpose of this? Why are we doing this, right? Because this will help you through the struggle in continuing the following steps. All right. So a big why will help you out. Will take you a long way. All right. So let's start off with something. And now these are some of my whys. You can change this however you want, but as long as you do it on your own. So I was basically tired of the same routine. So I had gone actually to a job. I used to work at a bank, and I went there for 2 years. 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, I had like a nervous breakdown basically, and I was like, holy shit, I've been coming to the same place for 2 years, and yeah. I was just completely tired of the routine, so I thought maybe so I started reading some books, and I could give you guys some ideas on some books. Richest Man in Babylon, really good book. The Alchemist, best books to help you change some mentalities. Want to succeed. I have just always had a drive to be successful. Even since high school, we used to gamble in the bathrooms, play CeeLo. A lot of my high school friends will remember that they probably lost something to me, losing in some gambling, but maybe that some other day. Need more cash. At the moment, maybe a couple years ago, I needed more cash, so this became a why. Like, I need to figure out, this is why I want to rewire my brain or change the way I'm thinking. Because if you're doing the same thing every day and you're expecting different results, then my friend, you're psychotic. You need to go see a doctor. And you need to be able to spread knowledge. Listen, we live in the greatest time of, humanity. Knowledge, the information that is spreading out to you, you can spread it out to other people. And so this is a big why. It's important that, we spread this knowledge, not only to other people, but to our own family members. A lot of our family members might live in ignorance to many things. So let's go to that how now. All right. So what I mean by rewiring your brain is also being able to see things differently. Here I put finding a problem. For you, you can create a business out of a problem. You understand? So if for example, if you see somebody that's needing, I don't know, supply and demand. If you have coffee and somebody needs coffee, you can create a business out of coffee. If you sell flan, if you sell food, if you sell clothing, if you do nails, if you do anything, somebody has a need, find that need, and if it fits your niche, then go for it. Got it? How much time do you spend tracking your thoughts? It's a big thing, because if you're not tracking your thoughts, then you don't know where your day is going. You don't know what's going on, you know? By the end of the day, you can't even remember like what's been happening. And this is a big thing, because if you want to be successful, you need to think successfully. You need to think, yes, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be successful. And so for you to be able to think like that, you have to keep track of your thoughts. This is a big thing, all right? Do you have a journal? Check this out. This is my personal journal. Here I write out a whole bunch of things. Poetry, business ideas, everything. Why do I have this? Because I think of a lot of ideas for businesses, and I have a daily job. I mean, not a job, but I have a daily business that I have to run. And sometimes I just can't keep track of everything, right? Sometimes I'll forget things. And so it's so important for me to keep a journal, making sure that I keep track of my thoughts, and also I put here my poetries. I have here letters to my children who are not even born yet. So it's pretty cool. And you could leave it as a nice souvenir for your children. I mean, I have some old journals, and you know, it really shows the different transition of our mentalities, how we were before and how we think now. So think about it. So last but not least, I'm gonna give you some examples on how to find a problem, find a solution, and a little nice trick that you guys need to change your thinking on. All right? Example. I'm gonna put this book down now. A business idea, a lawn care business. Very simple, right? You have a problem. You're a property manager, or you are a property owner, and you don't want to cut your lawn, right? So then I come along, I seem to have some free time, and I tell you, hey neighbor, what's up? How you doing? Yo, want me to cut your lawn? I don't know. Hey man, I could come here every week, right? Let's sign a contract. Sure, Billy, let's do it. Now, contract versus time. This is a difference. This is a big difference when it comes to mentality and rewiring our brain and our understanding with money. Understand? A contract versus time. What are we exchanging here? A time is a job. I do an X amount of hours for an X amount of value. Understand? I get paid $15 an hour, $10 an hour, $9 an hour. That's why there's minimum wage. We're exchanging job, a performance, with our time, basically. I will pay you not by the value of what you provided, but by the time. I need you to provide me an hour of your time. And so when I was talking earlier, we were talking about the same routines. A lot of us may have a 9-to-5 jobs, and we want to get out the rat race. So this is a good way for us to change our thinking. So time is a big no-no. We want to move away from exchanging time to exchanging contracts. Why? Why do we want to do this? First of all, contracts can be multiplied. All right? Now I'm going to run through this whole business idea so I could show you guys how it's done. Ready? contracts can be multiplied. All right, contracts usually take less time because what you're doing is you're providing a service that might take you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, a month, 2 months, 3 months, but you might be selling it at a bigger value or even at a bigger contract in contrast to your time. I'm gonna show you guys this, all right? So less time and extra cash. Contracts, because of these two, allows you to make extra cash. So once we do can be multiplied plus less time equals extra cash. Now let's run through this whole business idea so you guys can see it, right? So Mr. Johnson wants me to cut his lawn, right? And I come and I tell him, hey, Mr. Johnson, I cut your lawn. Sure, Billy. How much do you want? Well, Mr. Johnson, it takes me about an hour of my time. But what I can do for you is throughout the summer, so we're starting in May, right? So we'll do May through, I don't know, October. And I'll make sure that your lawn is cut at twice a month. There you go. So I'll make sure your lawn is cut twice a month, right? Check this out. Now, May through October, how many months is that? The month of May, June, July, August. May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months. So we're doing a 6-month contract. Right? Now, how much do you want? How much do you want to earn? And this is where you set your price, right? Because if you want a 6-month contract, but how long does it take you to cut a lawn? It takes you maybe an hour, 2 hours, maybe depending on how big the lawn is. So how much do you want to earn for that? So let's say you want to earn $28 an hour, right? So let's do over here. $20 an hour. Right? And it takes you an hour or 2 hours. Let's just say 2 hours. So you're basically earning about $10 an hour. Right? Mind you, this is a part-time job. You're only doing this twice a week. Right? Perfect. So $10 an hour. It takes you 1 hour. So for every hour, it takes you 2 hours to do this, right? So now, if it takes you 2 hours and you're earning it at $20, let's make sure you put the dollar sign here. That way we don't get confused. So $20 per hour, or for every 2 hours, you're really making $10 an hour, right? Still good here. So now you do this twice a month. So per month, you're doing this at $40 per month, right? So now let's times that by 6 months. That's $240. Yep, times 6, 0.24. Gotta make sure you check your math, man. So $240. So you tell Mr. Johnson, listen. Why don't we do this? You give me $300, right? So Mr. Johnson, so now you're negotiating. You always remember you gotta negotiate your contracts. Negotiate your contracts. So you're doing $300 for 6 months. All right. Now, you might say, Joel, this is cool. All right, I like this. $300 for 6 months, right? Takes me 2 hours. So in 6 months, I make sure that I earn $300. That's $300 extra in your bank account, right? That you didn't have before. Because I mean, it took you 2 hours, man. And you did it on a Saturday. You could have been sleeping. You could have been doing something else. But instead, you went and made out some money because we're hungry, right? But this is where these two things become active. Now you have a contract with Mr. Johnson, all right? But Miss Mary, who's next door to Mr. Johnson, sees that Mr. Johnson's lawn is taken care of, right? So now Miss Mary's like, yo, what's good? Who's your boy? Huh? Who's your boy Billy? How much he charging? Oh, I heard he's charging $300 for the whole season. Say a word. I got that. Now you got another contract, right? So now you're making an extra $300, right? And it's still taking you 2 hours. So now you are multiplying your contract, and you're probably making, compared to your hourly rate, as to wherever, like, to make $300 on a regular basis, you know, it depends how much you get paid and how many hours you do, but this is not multiplied, man. And now the word just continues. So now you start scaling up, and to pay somebody $240 is nothing. You could pay anybody $15 an hour now, $10 an hour, $11 an hour to cut Mr. Johnson's and Miss Mary's lawn. So now contracts are scalable, they take less time to do, and earns you extra cash. So I hope you guys learned something from this. We're gonna do this, finish this off. And now again, everything is scalable. $600 for 2 contracts. Right? That's all scalable. It always goes up. It can always go up, and if you can't handle it, you can always calm down. All right? Well, I'm glad you guys stood this long to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a comment below or message me. If you want more of this, let me know, because I'm more than willing to bring some of this knowledge to you guys. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.